Hello and welcome back to another Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction playthrough. We just made it to Act 2. We killed Andariel in the last video. As you can see, it's complete. So, we'll be starting in this desert lair.
Greetings, honored traveler. I am Jaren, Lord of Lut Gholein, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I'm glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass.
Okay, that's enough for that. If you're interested in hearing the dialogue, I'm not going to be really listening to any of it. I find it quite long, and after hearing it for so long, I'm not really interested in sitting around waiting for it. And I don't want to force people to sit around and wait for it either. I find if you want the full story, you should really play it for yourself and get really engaged with it, as this is more so just a playthrough to beat the game, not necessarily watch the storyline. I won't be watching the cinematics either. So yeah, just a heads up with that. The cinematics in this game, by the way, are amazing. And if you haven't played this game before, or if you haven't watched the cinematics as you were playing it, definitely go back, replay the game, watch every cinematic. You won't be disappointed. And listen to some of the lore that the characters talk about in some of these quest logs. It's rather interesting, and for Diablo 3, you might enjoy listening to it. I'll try to listen to at least some of the beginning.
Stranger. That couldn't have been easy. My name is Drognan, and I know what you're up against, my friend.
Beginning lore or quest missions in this act, because I find this act, every quest in this ties to each other, and for me this is one of the most interesting acts. I remember the first time playing it thinking it was really different from most games that I've played. I did identify the ring earlier on. I forgot to show the stats for that.
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe.
If we look at the left, I believe I updated my side panel with our magic ring that we just got. So the stats for the ring are to the left on our player item list.
We're not cheap, but we're the best this wasteland has to offer.
And here I am just talking all over people. I'll try to stop talking with others. It's rude. I'm sorry. What he was telling us is that a lot of his mercenaries were taken to the palace because lots of strange... I guess the prince wanted them to be there. No one really knows why. So we're gonna do this. There's this quest in the sewers, and that's the quest that we're gonna be doing today. What this quest will do is allow us to hire a mercenary, and the reward for it is an extra skill, which is kind of laughable because we're not using any of them, but extra skills are always welcomed. We'll be working towards the charge strike that we'll be getting rather shortly, I believe. I mean, we just leveled up, but since we're in Act 2, we should be getting quite a bit of experience. And then we'll be able to max out Charge Strike, Light Fury, and be good. As I was saying though, this quest will allow us to get mercenaries, and the Act 2 mercenaries are probably the best in the game because they have auras with them. I think there's a Might Aura, Blessed Aim Aura, Prayer, Holy Freeze. I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head, but each difficulty kind of has different auras associated with them. I'll probably be looking to get an aura to help with attack rating, just because I don't like missing too often. I'm not putting any points in dexterity. I don't think I've put any in so far. So we'll be needing the extra attack rating. And here I'm just pointing out that usually level 2 is by the second entrance of the sewers. So if you go to the bottom of the town, pardon my pronunciation, Lut Gholein, if you go to the bottom, there's another entrance to the sewers. Usually at that entrance, level 2 sewers is close by, and it's almost guaranteed. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it right now. Yeah, so once we get our mercenary, he'll be our human tank, so we won't have to run as much run away from the minions as much, because they'll go after him instead of us. And
Yes.
with his blessed aim aura, we'll be able to hit our targets a lot more frequently. And during like boss battles, we'll be able to hit charge strike more, which is very beneficial. So that guy just sells potions. Not too shabby. Level 2 sewers has a waypoint. If we come across it, then we'll get it. If not, I'm not too sure at this point if I want to get it or not. It's not very useful, at least for us in the future. We won't be coming back here. In other difficulties, it might be just because there's a boss at the end of it and a super chest. But look at that. That was very close to the level 2 entrance. That is really convenient. I mean, we're probably never going to use it, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And I'll just keep hunting away for this entrance. So with the Javazon, I haven't really used one much before because I've only ever really tried a Bozon, and even that I don't think I really played properly. I never liked knockback, but it makes sense to use knockback with a Bozon because with strafe and some of the abilities, you're just standing still until the animation is done. So with knockback, you can just spam that, knock back all the closest enemies, and not have to worry about it. I wanted to use a Bozon when I was creating it because I wanted to do PvP with her, and using the guided arrow was a lot of fun because you could just kind of stay in one spot, or if you had Enigma, you could teleport far away, blast a bunch of guided arrows, and they would find your enemy. So if they weren't quick enough, they're getting hit by the arrows. So it was kind of fun. And if you ever wanted to troll anyone, you could go into lower games, hostile everyone like in a Tal Rasha run. Don't flame me, don't flame me. Everyone does it at least once. But you could hostile everyone, go in the Tal Rasha runs or just runs or something, and then just spam guided arrow and just annihilate every level player. I know, complete scum. But sometimes you're just bored and just want to have some fun. I mean, if you keep chasing them to each run after that, you're just being way too trolly. Doing it on one run, though, it's kind of funny. Although, even with that one run, you can sometimes disrupt the entire run. So then, they might be in, like, let's say run 7, their friend is running them through, and then that happens. Their low-level friend is like, oh, I'm coming back with my high-level character. They come back, and then it's a whole duel thing. The other runner's like, what's going on? People leave, and then sure enough, a whole run is so disrupted that it doesn't continue. So then all the people that were leeching off of it don't get their experience. The person that was getting leveled initially won't get as much experience because now there's going to be less people in the game if they start it up again. So, yeah, it's a bit troll. It's a bit troll, I'm not going to lie. But that is okay sometimes. But level 2 is rather large though, and those flame arrows are doing work. I think there's a champion. Yeah, there's a champion zombie in there. Still having mana problems. Hopefully once I get my runes that one away. We're still, I think, a few levels away, so I'm not going to bother doing the runs yet. Probably at level 16 or so, I'll do it, and then we'll probably level up during it. And then be able to wear a new item. Okay. Where is this? Level 3. Luckily there's only 3 levels to the sewers. Unlike the catacombs where there's 4. Although the 4th level is essentially nothing. Just 3 rooms. But hopefully the entrance wasn't here, because look how close that is to the waypoint, and we would have just walked right by. But this looks... oh my gosh. Of course. Okay, level 3. Let's get some mana potions.
It is an honor to
Clear some of the stuff out of our inventory. 70. That's not a bad ring at all. 75 to attack rating. So I think this is better. Yeah. Much better. We'll be keeping that. That's a pretty cool find. Nice. I'm happy about that. Get rid of some of this stuff. Gotta get some potions. I'm taking those out just so I can put more mana potions in. I don't like having rejuvenation potions in my belt unless, like, later difficulties you end up finding so many of those rejuvenation potions, so you can cube them together to make a full one. And having your belt full of full ones, I don't mind using them because they're just so abundant. Plus you can make your own with super health and super mana potions. So continue our journey here to find, I can't remember his name, but it's a giant mummy. I think it's the first encounter with a mummy. I call them mummies. Just saying it out loud, kind of laughable. But it's all the bosses, I think, look pretty cool in this level. Although the maggot layer, not a fun time. We'll talk about that once the time comes. I'll just throw that one out there though. So, where is this guy? I wouldn't mind trying to speed run this game one day, just to see how it is. But I wouldn't mind making a sorceress either for just a magic find character, although it seems like everyone just uses a source for the holy grail character, but it makes sense because she's the quickest at teleporting around and doing damage to find items, and then you can just use those items on other characters that you want to make. And then speedrunning, you can just use what you find and beat the game that way. There are a lot of mazes in this area. But look at our experience bar. We might get another level this playthrough. Another rejuvenation potion. As you see, they are abundant, even at the lower levels. And nothing. This is a dead end. Nice mana experience though from that section. Yep, I don't really leave too much room for picking up anything. I wouldn't mind getting rid of that Grand Charm eventually, but having the faster hit recovery is nice, so I don't consider it a dead spot, but there are better charms out there. Until I find them, I might as well use that. Or if I get some smaller charms, I can replace it. Keep poking away at these guys. That power strike is doing work. I think we've almost explored the entire sewers level 3.
I can't carry anymore.
I guess I'm just gonna check to see if this has 2 sockets. Nope, just 1. I want a 2-socket shield for making, I believe it's Rhyme. And that will probably be the shield that we use potentially till we beat the game. I can't think of anything better because I'm not using a ladder mod on this, so I can't use Spirit, which gives +1 and has some good resistance on it. Otherwise, I'd probably choose that one. Although, if I chose that one, I'd need something with a cannot freeze attribute. Which only there's not many items with that, except there's a Raven Frost. Oh, but here we go. You always know you found them when you find mages. All skeleton mages of all types. I'm just backing these guys up a little bit so he doesn't resurrect them. I don't think he can resurrect them from here. He definitely can't go here, so now just kind of poke him. This helps clear the area out around him and gets rid of that darn cold frozen. And probably level up once we kill him. There he is. Just keep jabbing away at him. As long as I can keep my mana up, should be fine. And that's, you can see that I'm missing more than I'd like to, especially the mercenary. And just like that,
I am overburdened.
yeah. Oops. Clear up some inventory for our book of skills.
Atma has been avenged.
And I think we'll go to her first so we can complete the quest, and then
Hello. They say that the taste of
I
vengeance
think we'll
is
hire our
bittersweet.
mercenary in the
I
next
find it
video.
twilight.
We'll go through them,
In addition,
and then we'll also level up our skills. And in the next video, we'll be making our way to the
Yes,
Dry
say so.
Hills and finding our next waypoint. So, thank you for watching, and feel free to like, subscribe the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Okay, decided to buy my mercenary. I was going to save it for the next video, but we got him. It was just a quick one. So we'll equip some items to him in the next video instead. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.